You know their name. In fact, you probably have their app on your phone right now. We're talking about Uber, the easy button of ride-sharing. Join us as we hit the road and chauffeur you through the twists, turns and breakdowns that mark Uber's bumpy journey through innovation and scandal, like the time they surged pricing during a hostage situation, or the countless lawsuits filed by riders, drivers and even your favorite Nana. 0 stars indeed. No, this technological trustfall requires a leap of faith, like getting into a complete stranger's vehicle alone at night. And let's not forget the irritating chit-chat, hoping the driver doesn't try to chat about his Bitcoin gains or the latest conspiracy theory he read online. No, tonight we're taking a road trip. Stops include corporate failings, toxic workplace culture, lawsuits galore and a dubious history. A history filled with ambition, controversy and a fair share of scandals. At its peak, Uber was once valued higher than the entire GDP of some small countries. Let that sink in. A company that essentially owns some code and a whole lot of bad press was worth more than nations with actual land, people and resources. Mind-boggling. And yet here we are, still trying to make sense of it all. Now you might be thinking, surely a company that successful must be doing something right. And you'd be right. They did revolutionize the way we think about transportation. They're incredibly good at one thing, disrupting an industry and then failing spectacularly at dealing with the unintended consequences. Let's rewind to the before times, 2009, a time when the world was just beginning to embrace the digital revolution. The iPhone was still a novelty, a shiny new gadget that promised to change everything. People were mesmerized by its sleek design and the endless possibilities it offered. Twitter was just a bunch of people screaming into the void, a chaotic digital town square where everyone had something to say, but few were listening. And hailing a cab was like participating in a real-life Hunger Games. May the odds be ever in your favor. Enter Uber with their brilliant idea. What if you could order a ride from your phone? A simple tap and a car would come to you. No more standing in the rain, no more waving frantically, just a few taps and boom, your ride was on its way. Like ordering delivery, but instead of your favorite pad thai, you got a stranger in a Toyota Camry saturated in Axe body spray. It was a revolutionary concept that promised convenience and reliability, along with some side effects. Consequence? Suddenly the power shifted from the taxi cartels to the people. The playing field was leveled, and anyone with a smartphone could summon a ride, furthering society's digital dependence. But the benefits were undeniable. No more awkwardly handing cash through a dingy plastic partition or swiping on a rickety card reader taped to the cab. Payments were now seamless, digital and hassle-free. No more hoping your driver knew the difference between your and your. Everything was automated, precise. The app took care of directions, ensuring you got to your destination as efficiently as possible. No thanks to you, Apple Maps. Uber was the cool new kid on the block, and everyone wanted to ride with them. It was a status symbol, a sign that you were in the know. Little did we know, the cool kid was about to throw a house party rivaling Bruce Wayne on a bender. The ride-sharing revolution was just beginning, and it would change the way we moved forever. As Uber's popularity soared, other ride-sharing apps emerged, each promising to be better, faster and cheaper. The competition was fierce, and the landscape of urban transportation was transformed. Stories of ride-sharing experiences became common, from the hilarious to the downright illegal. Drivers and passengers alike had tales to tell, and the ride-sharing culture became a part of everyday life. Traditional taxis struggled to keep up, their once dominant presence on city streets dwindling. The age of the taxi was giving way to the era of the ride-share. From New York to Tokyo, ride-sharing apps became a global phenomenon. The convenience and efficiency they offered were unmatched, and they quickly became an integral part of urban life. And as technology continues to evolve, the future of ride-sharing looks even more exciting. Autonomous vehicles, advanced algorithms and new innovations promise to take us to places we've only dreamed of. From taxis to touchscreens, we've come a long way. The journey has been wild, unpredictable and incredibly transformative, and it's only just beginning. Now let's talk about what's on everyone's mind. Surge pricing. That magical algorithm that decides your ride costs 3 times more because it's raining, or there's a concert letting out, or Mercury is in retrograde. Uber's defense? It's basic supply and demand, they cry, as if we've all forgotten basic economics. But here's the thing. When your entire business model relies on people needing rides and you jack up prices during those times of need, you're not a savvy business person, you're just a creep with an app. Remember that time Uber charged a woman $14,000 for a ride that normally cost $100? Or how about when they surged prices during a hostage situation in Sydney? Because nothing says, "We're here for you," like profiting off people's fear. Makes you want to call a lift. Drivers on strike, the gig economy's Achilles heel. Let's talk about the backbone of Uber's operation, the drivers. These individuals are the lifeblood of the gig economy, tirelessly working to ensure that passengers reach their destinations safely and on time. Those brave souls who navigate rush hour traffic, deal with drunk passengers, and manage the chaos that comes with the job. They clean spilled fast food out of their back seats, often dealing with messes that would make anyone cringe, all for the promise of flexible hours and the allure of being their own boss. The idea of setting their own schedules and having control over their work-life balance is a significant draw. Here's the reality. Uber drivers often end up working longer hours than they anticipated. The flexibility they were promised often translates into a necessity to work late into the night or early in the morning to make ends meet. And despite these long hours, they frequently earn less than traditional taxi drivers. The comparison is stark and often disheartening for those who joined Uber with high hopes. They're classified as independent contractors, which means they miss out on many of the benefits that come with being an employee. This classification means no health insurance, no paid time off, and no job security. The lack of these essential benefits can be a significant burden, especially in times of personal or family health crises. And if something goes wrong, whether it's a car breakdown or an accident, the support system is minimal at best. Good luck getting any support from Uber's notoriously unhelpful customer service. Drivers often find themselves on hold for extended periods only to receive inadequate assistance. Is it any wonder that Uber drivers around the world are constantly on strike, demanding better pay and working conditions? Their protests are a cry for help, a plea for recognition and fair treatment. They are demanding better pay, better conditions, and the basic respect that every worker deserves. And maybe even a free air freshener every now and then. It's a small ask in the grand scheme of things, but it symbolizes the need for better working conditions. Uber, meanwhile, is busy developing self-driving cars. The company is investing heavily in technology that could one day replace human drivers altogether. Because who needs pesky humans with their rights and demands when you can have robots? The future of the gig economy is uncertain, and the push towards automation raises many ethical and economic questions. Lawsuits galore. Uber versus the world. If there's one thing Uber loves more than surge pricing, it's a good legal defense. Over the years, they've been sued by everyone from city governments to their own drivers to, well, pretty much everyone. They've been accused of stealing trade secrets, misleading customers, violating labor laws, and generally giving off the same vibe as the bad guys who kicked John Wick's dog. And to add insult to injury, they've won some of those lawsuits, which is terrifying, because it means they might actually be within their legal rights to be this sus. Uber's legal strategy seems to be throw enough money at the problem and hope it goes away, and sometimes it works. But more often than not, it just makes them look like a giant corporation trying to bully its way out of accountability. And so, the story of Uber continues with lessons learned and challenges ahead. Remember, success often comes with its own set of challenges. From navigating legal minefields to adapting to rapidly changing markets, Uber's story is a testament to resilience and relentless ambition. While they may not always play by the rules, their journey offers a masterclass in disruption, tenacity, and the occasional misstep. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe for more insightful stories and lessons from the world of business. Until next time, keep failing forward.